But the second step is what he really taught me was how to stand up. He truly taught me how to stand up to people. And this isn't just, bullies at school or at work or wherever. This is in general in life, is how to stand up the right way. And so I'm going to share with you a clip from a video where I was actually speaking at an event, and I did a demonstration on the right way to stand up and the wrong way. And I'm going to explain it to you, but I want you to watch this video because it's really powerful in how I explain it. If you can't hear it for whatever reason, send me a quick chat. It's on the right side, I think, of your screen, and I'll adjust the volume. But check this out. Is that you can't cuss, okay? So you got to keep it PG, PG-13, PG. Okay. Cool? All right, so that's really the rule, all right? So here's the deal. I'm going to give you something to start off with and to say, and pretty much you could say, as long as you don't cuss, anything you want about me, anything negative that you'd like to say about me, you're more than happy to say. I'm going to give you the first thing, and I'm going to come back. Are we all good? Are we all good? All right, cool. So the first thing is really easy. All you're going to say is, you're the shortest football player I ever met.
You're the shortest football player I've ever met.
Oh. Where did you get those pants? I mean, those look like, did you cut them off a parachute?
I got them from your house.
I didn't, wait, what did you say?
I got them from your mom's house.
Oh, that's harsh. Okay. I got that. All right. And did you decide not to do your hair this morning? Is that what? It looks a little rough.
Same with you. Is that why you're wearing a hat?
Those are what sandals you got there? Those little fake Calvin Klein wannabe.
You probably wouldn't know.
Huh?
They're real. You probably wouldn't know.
Yeah. Ugly ankle bracelets you have on, and all right, let's give it a round of applause. All right, stay up for a second. All right, so this is how most people think that they're going to stand up. So there's two things. They're either going to come back extremely negative at the other person, online, in person, or they're either going to come back extremely negative, or it's going to get physical, right? So a lot of it is like innuendo, stuff like that, spreading rumors, and then a lot of times with men it gets really physical. But there's actually a right way to stand up. So we're going to do this one more time, and you're going to start off with the same thing. You're the shortest football player I've ever met.
You're the shortest football player I've ever met.
I know, I appreciate that. You know what's really cool is because I was short, when I got to the campus of Ole Miss, one thing that it really helped me out with was because I was short, I had a low center of gravity, and I was able to dip around linebackers, catch passes, dive down, and it was much harder for them to tackle me. It was really cool. Yeah, so I liked it. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And that's the point. Give her a round of applause. Okay, good job. Let's give her a real round of applause. All right, so here's the deal. Okay. All right, cool. So it should be back to me now. So this video I think is it's so powerful because it's one thing to tell people, right, or share with people a strategy or what truly works in life, but it's another thing to show them. And so I think this video is so powerful because it puts you right into an actual situation. Now, I will say this. Yes, it's at an event, and yes, it's, everybody's having fun, but as much as it is a place where you have fun, it's also reality, okay? Because it always isn't that easy. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy
to stand up that way. It's easy in that scenario. In real life, it's much harder, but it works the same way. So when we stand up to people, we have to stand up, and I love this term, and I just think it's so powerful in general, is we have to stand up with love. And when you stand up to people who treat you bad, who try to pull you down, who are insecure and truly believe the only way they're ever going to get ahead in life is by pulling you down, and you come back at them with love, you are subconsciously helping them. You are legitimate. They need help, and you are helping them do that. One of the hardest things that there is to do. And this is what that mentor, that coach taught me. He said, Richie, what you're doing is you're doing it all wrong. When you come back at somebody, it's easy for them to come back at you, and it's worse and worse, and other people got involved. And it was a terrible experience. And that's because the way I stood up was I felt that I had to come back at them harder than they were coming at me. And that was a massive mistake that I made. It was a massive mistake, and it almost cost me my whole college career and everything, opportunity that I could have had. I wouldn't be here right now. So that one lesson completely changed my whole life. And so when people reach out to me and they say some things to me, or at events, I get things, like some people say things to me, that is instead, listen to me closely on this, instead of allowing it to completely destroy me, even though it's painful, I use this as a way to lift myself up and as motivation. So moving forward after that point, I would have a bad practice. If they were mean to me, if they were rude to me, if they were coming down, I would have a bad practice. After that point, that was my motivation. I would go out to practice and be like, I'm going to prove these guys wrong. I'm going to beat them out. I'm going to take their position. That was my attitude, and that's when everything changed. Now, when they said something to me, I would come back at them and just be like, hey, you know what? I appreciate that. And I would go right out to practice and come back harder. Someone says something about the way that I speak, I say, you know what? I appreciate that feedback, and I come out and I practice, and I wake up every single day and I grind even harder. And I grind even harder. Here's another thing that you have to think about, and this is really, really important. As you become more successful and you have things in your life that you're achieving, that number of people that are mean to you or rude to you, that number is going to only go up, right? So learning this skill now is going to allow you to do so many more things than you could ever imagine. This one skill, because the more success you have, the more haters you have, and the more negativity you have. And I've learned this the hard way, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and that's what I'm teaching you this for. So instead of allowing this to destroy you, what you can do is allow this to motivate you, to inspire you, to drive you, right? So it's a way different mindset. So you're going to stand up to them with love. You're going to stand up to them because you're a good person and you care and you know they need help. See, now you know they need help. Now you know, right? So when you come back at them, and now am I saying this is going to be easy? Not even close. Not even close. But when you stand up to them and you bite your tongue with all the negativity that you want to come out, and you stand up to them and you are kind and you stand up to them with love, they will have no choice eventually. They will have no choice but to stop. Is it going to happen on Probably not. On the third, possibly. It's going to take time, but eventually they're going to stop because they're not getting anything out of you. When you react negatively back, they are getting something out of you, and forget it. Forget it. It's not, they're going to, that's a win for them. When you come back at them with love, That's a loss for them and a win for you. And you know what else that does for you? It builds confidence.